Okay, hello, good afternoon. I hope you can be okay. Okay, today I'm going to explain simple past. Okay, first I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, simple past is used to refer to situations that happened in the past. Now, how can we use simple past in sentences? This is the way in which we form a sentence using simple past, okay? First of all, we have to write the subject. So the subject is the first thing that we write. For example, I, you, he, she, and etc. Then we write the verb and then the ed at the end of this verb. Okay? Now, this is like this. Here we have the subjects, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Now, what we do is that we add the verb and we add ed at the end of this verb, okay? These are some examples of this. They wanted to play yesterday. I visited the museum last year. So as you can see here in the first sentence, we have they, that is the subject, we have the verb, that is want, and we just add ed at the end of this verb. Okay, this is how we do it. Now, in the case of the other sentence, we have the subject, in this case is I, we have the verb, that is visit, and we have ed at the end of this verb. So these sentences are about a situation that happened in the past. Sorry. So now here we have some exceptions for this rule. What are the exceptions? Well, the first one says that for verbs that end with E, with this vowel, we just have to add a D, and that's it. For example, we have here the verb change. So as you can see, the verb ends in this vowel, E. So what we do is that we only add the D, okay, to make this verb in its past form. Okay, so we have change and it is going to be changed. Now, the other one says, for verbs that end with a vowel and a consonant, except for Y and W, we duplicate the final consonant, okay? So, for example, we have stop. As you can see, stop ends in a vowel, that is O, and the consonant, that is P. So in this case, we duplicate this final consonant, okay, the P. So it is going to be like this, stopped, okay? And then the third exception says, for verbs that end with a consonant and Y, we change the Y with an I. So here we have study. As you can see, study ends in a consonant, in this case, D, and Y. So what we do is that we change this, Y for an I, for this vowel. So it is going to be studied. Now I'm going to write here some examples, okay? So let's do an example using this verb, celebrate, okay? Celebrate. So let's do and let's create a sentence in the past with this verb. Okay. My family celebrated my last birthday with a big party. Okay, so as you can see, we have this verb, celebrate. And this is the ed ending because we are talking about something that happened in the past, okay? So as you can see in this case, because verb ends with this vowel, with E, we just add the D at the end of the verb, okay? My family celebrated my last birthday with a big party. So this is an example of a sentence in the past. Now let's move to this aspect, okay? Well, there are some verbs that do not take the ed ending. So these verbs are called irregular verbs. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific way to know how to write these verbs in the past, because we just have to study them, to learn them, because all of them are different in the case of irregular verbs. So to learn them, we just have to practice. Here, I included just some of these irregular verbs, and the words that are in red, are the past form of each verb. So let's start with the first one. We have eat. So eat is the verb in the simple present, let's say. And here is the simple past of the verb. Eat, ate. Then we have be, was. We use was for I, she, he, it. And we use were for you, they, we. Then we have do, did, make, made, swim, swam, buy, bought, go, went, drink, drank, wear, wore, cut, cut. And these are only some of the irregular verbs that exist in English, okay? Now I'm going to write here an example. Let's use this word, eat, this verb. So we have this verb. Let's create a sentence in the past using this verb. I ate a delicious cake last week. Okay? So here we have the past form of the verb eat. So the past form is ate. So I ate a delicious cake last week. And this is a sentence in the past. So this is all for this topic. I hope you could learn, and I encourage you to practice simple past. Goodbye.